Hello and welcome to Mint. I'm Dinesh Unnikrishnan, and today's edition of From the Newsroom, we have with us Anup Roy, who has discussed in his story about some latest trends in corporate lending. Welcome to the show, Anup.
Hi, Dinesh.
Yeah. Of late, the corporate lending has attracted a lot of attention because of the rising NPS from such accounts. Yeah. And you have said in your story that a finance ministry panel has come with some critical recommendations while banks lend to corporates. Yeah. Could you please elaborate what are those?
So it really goes back to April when the banking secretary D.K. Mittal told banks that for any loan above rupees 150 crore, yeah, you have to form a consortium. And so that was kind of directive. But then the new finance minister P. Chidambaram came, and he said that let's take views of different banks also in this, how they feel. And so the committee was formed. And the committee has recommended that 150 crore could be too less for forming a consortium, because a lot of companies are, I mean, just for their working capital loan itself, 150 crore is too less. So they have recommended that, okay, fine, consortium lending is fine as long as it is 1,000 crore. In fact, they have said that any loan above 1,000 crore can be given forming a consortium, but 150 crore could be too less. And besides, since this recommendation only pertains to public sector banks, private banks are left out of these recommendations, and they could be gaining some unfair advantage. So they are saying that let's the directive come from Reserve Bank of India rather than the Finance Ministry, so that private banks are also included in this. But basically that's.
Yeah, just for a clarification, what do you mean by consortium lending, and how is it different from what multiple lending?
Yeah. So consortium lending, you form a group for giving a particular set of loan. Okay. And multiple lending, a company can go to any bank, yeah, and can negotiate and get finer price or etc. and then take loans from different banks. But in consortium lending, all the banks come together, okay, and the company and the loan is given by a lead bank, yeah, where other banks also take part.
So this new mode, what the panel has suggested, do you think it will help to bring down NPAs in the system?
Well, it is a bit difficult to guess whether it will bring down NPAs in the system, because end of the day it depends upon the monitoring process. But for sure this will help. Actually, consortium lending was the norm till mid-90s. But after that, what happened, that RBI felt that Indian banks are mature enough to take care of them, of their asset liability mismatches, etc., of their risk management. So they told banks to go for multiple lending instead of mandating them for consortium lending. So it's very difficult to say if it will check NPAs. But yes, it continues. The Indian banks continues with their flexibility of risk management.
One critical aspect is that in the recent past, say in the last 1 year, government has faced a lot of criticism about micromanaging public sector banks. Yeah. When Mr. Pranab Mukherjee was at the helm of Finance Ministry. Now that Mr. Chidambaram is there, should one see this as the participating with the industry as an effort by the Finance Ministry to get rid of that image that they are micromanaging?
It looks like, because Mr. Chidambaram said in August, assured banks that we will no longer be doing micromanagement because you have your own board and you are capable of taking your own decisions. So it looks like this is the first step towards that, because the directive was issued in April, and after Chidambaram came in August, he told the banks to form a committee, etc. So yeah, it looks like in that place.
So thank you, Anup. Thanks for your insights. And there we have it. We will keep updating you on latest trends in the banking sector. For that, please log on to www.livemint.com.